Hello everyone, my name is Shivani. I'm a Canadian licensed immigration consultant and I'm also the founder of Zest Immigration Services Incorporation. We have proudly launched this initiative to offer free French language lessons to help on your Canadian immigration journey right here on this very YouTube channel. As you may know, French is becoming a key factor in Canadian immigration, and many programs now provide easier or faster pathways if you have strong French skills. Whether you're aiming for a Canadian work permit, direct permanent residency from within Canada or your home country to Canada, or looking to boost your CRS or PNP scores, French can open many doors. That's why we are committed to providing full French training from level A1 to C2, from beginner to advanced level, completely free of charge on this platform, on this very YouTube channel. We will be uploading videos regularly, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned and watch each lesson to get most benefit from this opportunity. This entire series is our way of supporting you on your immigration path, and your support means the world to us in return. Thank you, and let's learn French together for a brighter future in Canada. Keep watching this video to continue with your French lesson. All the very best for this lesson and many more to come.
Hey, so lesson number 3's objectives are learning to express one's feelings, learning the months of the year, being able to say and understand the date, and counting from 0 to 1,000 in French. So let's get started. Let's begin by how do you feel? Now, it's very important in daily conversation to be able to express how you feel. So in French, if you're going to ask someone how they feel, you're going to begin by a salutation or a greeting. So you're going to say, Bonjour, comment te sens-tu aujourd'hui? So hello, how are you feeling today? The person could answer, Moi, je suis fatigué, which would mean I'm tired. And then someone else could answer, Aujourd'hui, je suis très heureuse. Today, I'm very happy. So we're going to go through a list of emotions. We're going to learn what those emotions are in French. And we're going to learn how to ask if someone is okay, if someone is in need of assistance, etc. So let's begin by, are you okay? In English, we say, are you okay? In French, we say, ça va, or comment vas-tu? How are you doing is more comment vas-tu. Are you okay is ça va. I am happy. In French, if you are male, we say, je suis content. If you are female, we say, je suis contente. And that's going to go for all the emotions. There are different male and female ways of saying your emotions. So I am happy, je suis content for males, and je suis contente for females. I am sad. Je suis triste. So that is going to stay the same for male and female. I am sad, je suis triste. I am angry. Je suis en colère, or je suis fâché. So normally en colère is the formal way of saying it. Je suis fâché is the informal way of saying it. And here it's going to go down to writing it differently if you're male or female. I am tired. Je suis fatigué. Again, here it's going to be different when you're writing it. I am sick. Je suis malade. Now we are going to go to the months of the year. So we saw days of the week, we saw the seasons. Now we're going to go to the months of the year. So in English, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. We're going to see the English month and then the French month, and then I will say the French months one after the other. So January, janvier. February, février. March, mars. April, avril. May, mai. June, juin. July, juillet. August, août. September, septembre. October, octobre. November, novembre. December, décembre. So the months of the year in French are janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. Now, if you want to ask someone, what is your favorite month? Quel est ton mois préféré? You would answer, mon mois préféré est septembre, or whatever your favorite month is. So, mon mois préféré est, my favorite month is. Now, let's revise the days of the week. Okay, so we have lundi, Monday, mardi, Tuesday, mercredi, Wednesday, jeudi, Thursday, vendredi, Friday, samedi, Saturday, and dimanche, Sunday. Now we're going to practice expressing a date. So to be able to express a date, you have to know your days of the week, your months of the year, and your numbers. So if I want to say today is Friday, April 22nd, 2025. In French, I would say aujourd'hui, which is today. Aujourd'hui, c'est vendredi, le 22 avril 2025. Another example is Wednesday, the 14th, or August 14th. In French would be mercredi, le 14 août. So in French, you basically reverse the date with the month. Les jours et les mois ne prennent pas de majuscules, sauf en début de la phrase. So the days and months are not capitalized unless they are at the beginning of a sentence in French. Now the numbers. So we're going to review the numbers and continue to add to that knowledge. So numbers 1 to 20, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we're going to talk about the tens. So earlier I said if you knew numbers 1 to 20 and then you knew you're counting by tens, so your tens, it would be a lot easier to count in French. So that's where we're at right now. So in English, we would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. In French, we say 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90. So in French, when we're talking about 60 and 70, there is a way to know that 70 is 70 because it comes after 60, and if you cover the line of the 7, it looks like a 10. So it's a trick that we use to teach 70. 90 is the same, so it ends up being 90. So if you cover the ball of the 9, it'll give you a 10. So that's when you know it's 90. Now, some examples of complex numbers are 65, so 65, which is 65. Then we have 98, which would be 98. It's a long one. 98, which is 98. 3, 4, 2 together, which would be 342. 342. If you have 7, 1, and then 0, 0, it becomes 7100. So 7,100. Now, if you want to express a decade in French, so in English, we would say the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, etc. In French, we say les années 60 for the 60s. So 1960 becomes les années 60. The 80s becomes les années 80. And the 2010s become les années 2010. So in like 2025, it would be les années 2020, the 2020s. Now we're going to look at approximate quantities with n. So about 10, about a dozen, about 20, about 40, about 100. In French, we have words for that. So about 10 is une dizaine. So it's 10 units. That's used a lot in French math. So une dizaine. Une douzaine is a dozen. So we're talking about a dozen eggs, we're talking about a dozen sandwiches, whatever it is, it's une douzaine. When we're talking about 20 items, that's when we get into une vingtaine. So une dizaine is 10. Une douzaine is 12. Une vingtaine is about 20. Une quarantaine is about 40. Une centaine is about 100. Example, if I have around 30 books and I want to tell someone in French that I have around 30 books, I would say une trentaine de livres. Now, if I had a dozen eggs, I would say une douzaine d'œufs. If there was around 100 people at my gathering, I would say une centaine de personnes. Now, if I'm trying to say average, like about, I would say environ. So you can say around 100 people would be une centaine de personnes environ, but you can also say une centaine de personnes, and it would come across the same way. So now we are going to complete a few exercises. So we're going to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to give you a number, and you're going to write it out in letters in French. So first is 91. So not 81, 91. Second is 230. 230. Next is 15. And the last one, 5600. 5600. For our next exercise, I'm going to ask you to say the date in French out loud. Don't have to write it down. We're going to say it out loud. So the date in English is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. So in French, we would say mardi, le 2 juillet 2024. Awesome. So now we're going to practice our emotions. So choose the right feeling. You just won a prize. Tu viens de gagner un prix. Tu te sens. So what emotion are you feeling after you've just won a prize? Tu te sens triste, fatigué, ou content, contente. Triste, fatigué, content, contente. If you answered C, contente, that is correct. Tu viens de gagner un prix, tu es content, contente.